Because when you come into an adventure game with very little idea of what to do, it really does take a while, you know. My Let's Plays, in which I'm familiar with the game, go relatively quickly, but obviously if you don't know what you're doing, it could take quite a while. So I want to give people who are watching the complete experience, but at the same time I don't want to bore people, so it's a delicate balance that I feel like I'm slowly learning. And again, please leave any constructive feedback, any comments. If you think things are going too quick, too slow, let me know. I can adjust my technique. So now we're done in this area, and we're going to go head back to the lobby. God, that painting of Malcolm is just so chilling. So cold. But enough of him. Let's head to his office. This is bright and cheery.
That is the score to my concerto for 2 clarinets. It was performed at Carnegie Hall by Jamie Scott and Victor Navon.
Man of many talents.
Those are gifts from colleagues all over the world. You missed out on a wonderful profession, Oliver. The vases belong to your mother. I used to think my work would be known all over the world. Now that is up to you, or to Joshua.
Don't know anything about the family. Who is the mother? I know I'm Oliver, but I don't know who the mother is. Is that the mother? I'm guessing. Yep,
your mother
that's the
died
mother.
Too soon, Oliver, but I no longer blame you and Mallory for her death. She's not here, Oliver. She rarely came into the asylum, and never formed a strong enough connection with anything to keep her spirit.
So that explains why you can talk to certain spirits. You basically, they basically have to have had some kind of attachment. There will be other people we talk to, believe me.
That is Donatien Alphonse, my college roommate.
What's this?
This is hardly the time for a pot of coffee.
Well, we need that, so I'm just going to grab it. Sorry, Malcolm.
Nothing in there. It's empty. Malcolm Metcalf?
Sorry, I like to be thorough.
What good are coffee cups without a pot to go with them?
What else have we got in here? Check out the desk.
You remember this desk, Oliver. You used to play underneath it for hours. That was taken on your 3rd birthday. It's you and your sister Mallory. The day you were born was the most important day of my life.
4/24/55. So it seems my Oliver's birthday was 4/24/52. Let's remember that. Ah, a computer. In '98, an older computer, but
Password Scooter. I sure hope they remove this before they open next week.
Can we turn it on? Welcome to the Blackstone Asylum something enforcement system. Please enter your password. Nope. Please enter the first and last names of the patient whose records you would like to review. Nope. I did that just as a joke. I have no idea who I want to review, so... I'll have to come back when I have more knowledge of someone I want to review. So, we'll check that out later. I guarantee it.
Webster's second unabridged, before they started corrupting the language. Sometimes a couch is just a couch. I didn't do psychoanalysis.
Nice. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
They should have known better than to hang that in here. I detested killing animals.
It seems that Malcolm Metcalf's father did a lot of hunting, but Malcolm himself despised killing animals. Which is kind of ironic, because you'll soon find out. The office of the superintendent functioned as both the research and the administrative center of the hospital. This room has been restored with the belongings of the last superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Malcolm Metcalf. A world-renowned therapist and research scientist, Dr. Metcalf's progressive techniques were responsible for cure rates that far exceeded the national average. Although his private research notes have been lost, the asylum's official patient records have been recovered and have been donated to the society by Oliver Metcalf, Dr. Metcalf's son. These records have been computerized and are available to serious researchers upon request to the museum curator. What about Malcolm Metcalf? The role of the superintendent was that of the stern, authoritarian, yet loving and concerned father. His duties were largely administrative, although Dr. Metcalf maintained a small private practice and never completely abandoned his research. The organizational tasks of running the hospital were staggering. Dr. Metcalf and his staff devised treatment plans, diets, and customized activity programs for each of the inmates. In addition, he personally supervised the building expansion and was an active fundraiser. Dr. Metcalf's reputation alone was sufficient to ensure a steady stream of well-to-do patients. In these years, when mental illness still bore a significant social stigma, wealthy families were more than willing to pay for the privacy and discretion for which Dr. Metcalf was known. Qualified researchers may apply to Michael Sack, the curator of the museum, to gain access to the asylum patients' records. Those who do so must sign an agreement stating they will respect the privacy of the inmates and that under no circumstances will they name any patient to be published. Upon approval of the application, a password will be issued and computer time will be assigned. The museum gratefully acknowledges the families of inmates whose... went too quick there. Sorry. Born in 1914, Dr. Metcalf was a prodigy who was graduated from the Sorbonne at the age of 18 and from Harvard Medical School when he was just 23. His first paper, The Physiology of Psychosis, was published in 1938. He was among the first to insist that all mental illness has a physical cause, and he coined the memorable phrase, "To cure the mind, look first to the body." His subsequent groundbreaking study of the nervous system earned him the 1942 Lowell Cabot Award and a nomination for the Nobel Prize for Medicine. An accomplished amateur musician, he dedicated his Concerto for Two Clarinets to the memory of his musical idol, Johann Sebastian Bach. In 1949, he married Olivia Connolly, daughter of the asylum's founder. Their marriage came to a tragic end in 1952 when she died giving birth to his twin son and daughter. Then, 4 years later, his daughter was killed in a terrible accident from which it is said her father never recovered. Dr. Metcalf died in 1959. So the plot thickens. Obviously, Malcolm has some issues himself to work through, even in death.
The elevator in the entry hall was used only by the superintendent and his special visitors. To ensure there was no unauthorized use, he had the operator's handle locked up in his office each night.
There was a lot more to this place than they'll ever know.
In any psychiatric hospital, controlling access is of paramount importance. Each worker had only those keys that allowed him to do his job. Only the superintendent had the master set of keys to every lock in the building.
These look like some useful items, especially the key ring.
The families of prospective patients were always impressed by the grounds, by the building, and by the staff. But sometimes what impressed them most of all was that old-fashioned elevator and the uniformed operator.
And that looks to be something like several hundred keys.
It'll do you no good, Oliver. Only I remember which key goes in which lock. You'll spend all night trying to get through one door.
Well, I'll take the keys anyway. Hopefully we can figure it out. Malcolm loves to torment us the whole way, but hopefully we can figure out which keys are needed in which case. We didn't get a chance to look at the desk yet. Why don't we do that now? Oh, we didn't look over here. Yes, we did. Okay. Check out the desk.
Louisa Hartwig. She was the leader of the women's volunteers here at the hospital.
Interesting. What's in here?
It was a gift to me from a Russian physician. It rather looks like me, don't you think? That was always one of your favorites. I used to crack nuts with it when you came to play. It was a gift to me from a Russian physician.
As you can see,
Oliver.
this obviously represents a lot of importance to him because we can actually communicate to Malcolm through the Nutcracker. Very interesting. Anything else we need here? Can't recall. I guess not. At least not for the moment. Why don't we access the elevator? Now that we have the handle, we can actually get somewhere. There are several floors to explore. Elevator handle to be stored in office, I think is what that said.
There seems to be something missing.
Gee, you think? Brilliant, Oliver. For now, why don't we go to the second floor? Some of the patient wards located up here. Might be some clues to find. And so we enter the women's wing. You know, I think this would be a good time to cut this recording short. This is the women's wing, second floor. Save it here. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is Colonel 006 signing off. Thanks a lot.